Hey, what is going on, guys? So, today I want to talk about my current peptide stack. So, this is what I'm currently rocking, and we're gonna go into a little bit about everything. So, first of all, here we have CJC plus ipamorelin at 10 milligrams. We also have Cardilax. Cardilax is a bit more unknown to the peptide world, and that's for injuries. And I also have GHKCU, and of course, finally, we have Retatrutide at 10 mg. So, yeah, let's talk a bit about what I've noticed taking these peptides. So, let's start off with Retatrutide. So, Retatrutide is be able to manage insulin levels better, and it suppresses appetite. And when I took it, I started off on 0.5 mg, which is like a small little microdose, and I didn't feel too much, to be honest. The reason I did that is to allow my body to acclimatize to the peptide. And then about a week later, I took 1 mg, and man, I really felt that. So what I noticed on retatrutide is like the appetite suppressant is quite strong. It's not to the point of where it's nauseating for me because I've titrated up slowly, but it's nice. Yeah, it makes you less hungry. You would definitely lose weight. I lost literally like 4 kilos of weight from it. But you do need to be careful. You do need to always titrate up slowly and never, how do you say, like, never like neglect your nutrition. You need to have like quite high protein markers and still be exercising and consuming enough calories so you don't just like waste away. And because it's like restoring your body's ability to um, like understand and regulate its own insulin, um, like visceral fat on your body will just start to melt away. So yeah, that's really fantastic. Um, my next peptide I've took is one called GHKCU. GHKCU is the first peptide I ever took, so this stuff is really interesting. I've noticed that when I started it, I noticed the effects for myself quite quickly. So for myself, I did about 1.5 to 2 mg per day. I always inject on the back side. It just stings a bit less. Sometimes it stings on this one because it's your body reacting to the copper element. It's not dangerous. It's just kind of the nature of it. I did notice like some skin tightening around the face, um, and I did get like more compliments. It does like give you this kind of glowy effect, if that makes sense. I should also mention I did not just take this. I did have it with the glow stack. So GHKCU TB body protection compound 500 and 157. Those are two things, and when they all come together as in the glow stack, so the BPC 157, BPC 500, and GHKCU all mixed together in a vial like this. What it does is it just like really lowers inflammation markers on your body and kind of just makes your hair um, feel a bit thicker. It won't really regrow hair, but you will notice like, oh yeah, my hair is looking a bit kind of fuller and stuff. But you need to stay consistent. You Because the half life of GHKCU is quite short, So when you inject it, it's going to die out. So you just keep it in the system. You just why inject once a day. Expect to see something in a month. So yeah, I love that. Let's move on to Cartilax. Yeah, so Cartilax is really interesting for me. It's got quite a high reputation. I took it because I've got a badly injured right shoulder from a rotator cuff injury. And the goal of me taking Cartilax is to restore the cartilage inside of the shoulder, and I think it's definitely helped a bit. I do think I never need another vial. It's not like miraculously healed my shoulder, but however, I did notice quite dramatic inflammation. Yeah, so the first few kind of days I took this, I was like, wow, yeah, I can feel like some relief. I do think my issue is quite a big issue, and I don't know if I need surgery at this point to fix my shoulder. It could be the case, but definitely a lot of these peptides, particularly the glow stack, the glow stack and Cartilax, manages inflammation markers really well. Completely better. There is still a lot of weakness in the shoulder, but for example, I could never do this. I could never go into the pike push up and then just go. I mean, I still feel it a bit, but before it would make my shoulder feel like it's going to just rip apart completely. Obviously, I still can feel a bit, but I could never do that before. Just look at that. That's a miracle. Here. And finally, I've been taking CJC ipamorelin. Yeah, so I take CJC ipamorelin because when I work out, I think I noticed for myself that my calories were a bit too low on Retta. And whilst I did get like a lot leaner, I'm feeling a bit more bloated now, to be honest, just because I haven't been taking any peptides for the last 2 weeks. But I did think I lost a bit of muscle mass. So CJC ipamorelin, it basically affects the pituitary gland in the brain. So when you inject it systemically, so that means into your body fat, not intermuscular, it's got a very short half-life, so that means like 15 minutes max. So yeah, when you inject it, you will notice the effects quickly. So for me, when I injected CJC for the first time, I should explain that its primarily goal is to stimulate the pituitary gland to release human growth hormone. Not an unnatural amount of it, but just kind of telling your body like, hey, release what you've got, release it a bit harder and a bit fuller. It definitely does work, and it is definitely effective. I definitely feel like I put on a bit of muscle since taking this, and obviously goes without saying, hitting your high protein markers, working out very well. You cannot neglect the fundamentals and just take a peptide and expect like miracles. Like, you don't just take CJC and Pamrelin and expect to be buff. This is not an anabolic steroid. This is like a little booster. But the main reason I took this, to be honest, is for the sleep aspect, because after your pituitary gland fires that kind of growth hormone, I don't know what happens at a molecular level, but man, you just want to sleep after, and you sleep so good. Like, you sleep deeper, longer, and you wake up like more recovered, and that's what I've experienced. And man, I love that stuff. even if it didn't affect muscles in any way, I'd probably just take it for the sleep because, yeah, I love it. Um, yeah, what else can I say? So, um, yeah, personally for me, I've stopped taking peptides just because of financial issues at the moment. I've still got some left, but I need to get some more needles. I'm, considering what stack to run next. I'm thinking Clo, uh, Clo stack. Oh, another peptide I had. Let me go get it. It is N-acetylcimax. Now, I'm not really an expert on what this does. Apparently, it's not a stimulant. You put it in your nose and you fire it and you sniff it up. I like free. Yeah, and I just think it makes you feel a bit more. Let me just put this in the fridge. Yeah, a bit more wired. Yeah, that's the end of the video.